Very simple premise here. What if we have $2,200 with which to build a crypto portfolio? And with that money, with that dry powder, we're going to look at 5 altcoins with what we feel is a lot of growth potential. On the other channels out there in cryptocurrency, you can find flashy altcoins. In general, there's no shortage of those. But with these 5 altcoins, we're going to try to bypass the crowd, get ahead a little bit of the curve. These are projects that we at Altcoin Buzz are actually investing in, but the $2,200 is hypothetical. Some of us have put a lot more than $2,200 into some of these projects. Watch until the end because some of them may surprise you. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie and this is Altcoin Buzz. All the best of luck if you choose to invest. I wish you very, very well. But I am not a financial or investment advisor, nor is this video official financial or investment advice. So we are kicking off at number 1 here with Hedera and HBAR, ticker HBAR. This is probably my favorite crypto project. It actually is definitely my favorite crypto project that is not a blockchain. Because Hedera, as you know, if you've been watching this channel, we always have to explain that it is a hash graph. And many consider that a hash graph is superior technology to blockchains because it can process more transactions in parallel all at once, but it's also faster, cheaper, and more scalable. Check out this video in particular if you haven't already. We list 3 reasons as to why HBAR is probably going to explode pretty soon. Hedera recently added privacy to its platform, and it did this with ID Trust, which is a self-sovereign identity or SSI solution. It offers full control over your personal data. In other words, you can issue, manage, and verify digital credentials independently. And that means there's no more need for centralized authorities. This is exactly what institutions are looking for, and it also shows that the Hedera team is innovating and bringing new products to the market. In Europe, we saw the launch of an HBAR staking ETP on SIX Swiss exchange. This, of course, being a stepping stone to a full HBAR spot ETF, which we may see later in the year. Who knows? In fact, early in June, we saw 21 shares already launch an HBAR ETP in Europe. And so as far as investments go, I'm going to spread that fund evenly. 1/5 of the $2,200 or $440 is going to Hedera and HBAR. As you have seen these last few days and these last few weeks, we've been talking about slowly unveiling a new project that we're very proud of here at Altcoin Buzz. Check out the link in the description below. We're inviting all of our viewers to try it, to check it out. Once again, you can find the link and participate in the description below. Next up, and at number 2 on our list, we have to consider ONDO Finance, ticker ONDO. This is currently the undisputed market leader in the RWA or real world assets sector. And I'm not counting Chainlink here since that's the infrastructure provider. It's an Oracle. It's not exactly RWA from the ground up, but it's got itself involved in RWA certainly. So excluding Chainlink, ONDO is the leader. Check out this recent video about ONDO. As a project, ONDO has had a blockbuster summer, especially in July. We saw all kinds of new acquisitions. So for instance, with Strangelove, which is a blockchain development studio. It also acquired Oasis Pro, which is a US SEC registered broker dealer. Additionally, we saw some pretty high profile partnerships, the most recent ones being SEI Network and Alchemy Pay. And don't forget, OUSG is going live on the XRPL or the XRP ledger in June. There's also none other than the White House mentioning ONDO in this crypto report, not in a footnote, not as some obscure reference, but positioned on a full-blown page. It mentions ONDO as a leader in compliant tokenized finance. But arguably the biggest news is still underway. That is the imminent launch of their global markets platform. Etherscan here shows over 100 TradFi stocks with the title ONDO Tokenized. This could very well be the catalyst for an explosion of ONDO Finance and the ONDO token. Another factor that we should also keep in mind is the fact that the US Treasuries market is worth around $27 trillion alone, not billion, $27 trillion. So as a thought experiment here, if we were to allocate only an ultra tiny slice of that market, let's say 0.1%, that would translate to an ONDO price tag of $33.75. Next up, and at number 3, we are considering SUI Network. SUI is the token. This is one of my favorite projects because SUI has again and again proven that it is really a strong contender in this bull run. It handles dips very well, but when there's an uptick, SUI and its ecosystem are on the front lines. They're among the fastest to recover. And besides that, the Miston Labs team just keeps producing either new products or new partnerships. They've been very busy. A recent big one was their partnership with Alchemy. SUI and Alchemy are aiming to fix the very broken ad ecosystem out there. And the idea will be to bring digital advertising on chain. You can already find giants like AWS, TikTok, Currys, and Polestar on Alchemy. It's going to use the full stack, including Walrus, Nautilus, and Seal. Passkeys are the next new feature on SUI. It makes seed phrases and passwords obsolete. You can use your Face ID, Touch ID, or a YubiKey to log in, which is a massive move to simplify onboarding. Currently, SUI adds a minimum of 700,000 new users per day. And SUI now has its first NASDAQ-listed SUI Treasury. Institutional interest in SUI is thus taking an extra step up. Don't miss out on the SUI train. This is one that is destined for new all-time highs pretty soon. Next up here at number 4, we're looking at the SEI Network and its token SEI, which brings us quite deep into the world of DeFi and finance. This is a layer 1 chain which is built for fast and low-cost transactions. Recently, I've been covering SUI quite a bit. Check out this video that we made not too long ago about how many SEI tokens you need to become a millionaire at the height of this bull cycle. We also have this one in which we did a head-to-head matchup between SEI and ONDO. Now, in recent news, we've been seeing MetaMask adding SEI Network, which opens SEI up to over 100 million MetaMask users. So that's good. Fast USD, a yield-bearing stablecoin by Elixir, is bringing RWA to SEI Network. It's collateralized by assets from pretty big players like BlackRock, also Hamilton Lane, and Apollo. SEI Network is discussing the option to move from Cosmos to an EVM-only model, which should be accomplished in phases. This resulted in a massive inflow from new EVM wallets. In fact, AppRadar shows SEI as the #1 EVM chain by weekly active wallets. It even beats out Base, OP, BNB in the process. And then on August the 4th, we saw a network upgrade, which improved transaction throughput by about 30%, thereby enhancing network performance and scalability at the same time. So once again, $440, 1/5 of our allocation goes to SEI Network. Last but not least here at number 5, we're considering something perhaps a little bit more speculative versus the others on this list in the form of Pudgy Penguins and the PENGU, PENGU token, with perhaps the intention to add some fun to the list here. This is one that all started with their NFT collection, but certainly things have changed. Nowadays, this is very much a blue chip collection with a floor, as you can see, of 13.35 ETH. You can actually buy physical Pudgy Penguins merchandise in stores like Walmart or Target, other retailers as well. So real brick and mortar outlets. Plus, they also have their own online store. This is where you can buy Pudgy branded clothes, accessories, and other merchandise. The Penguins have even secured partnerships with both NASCAR and Lufthansa. But arguably where the Penguins really shine is on social media, especially TikTok and Jiffy. As you can see here, we have 33.3 million likes on TikTok alone. And that's significant. It certainly shows us that the branding is powerful here and reflects the fact that PENGU is associated with being more than just a meme coin. So much so that we see Canary Capital filing for PENGU and Pudgy Penguins NFT ETFs. And if approved, it's going to be the first ever meme coin ETF.